Peace is the nectar of human experience. It allows us to see past our differences and accept others so that they may live their lives as we wish to live ours. I say it's the nectar of human experience because it provides for human experience. It allows it to be sustained. It is the sweetness that connects us all, the connectivity, the synchronicity between all human beings. Peace allows life. It can't produce life all by itself. We do need destruction. Otherwise, the universe, this world, most certainly would use all its resources and would be something very different by now. And I mean in the instance that death, in a way, is the opposite of peace. Death does not hint at the immortality and sustainability of peace. Death is that destruction which is necessary. But peace is what we must become within as human beings, for we're sentient. We can understand greater concepts. We can understand greater futures. We can understand how to progress away from what we were and to what we want to be. And peace is the very foundation of civilization. It's the thing upon which everything builds. If you don't have a stable foundation for a building, it can crumble. If you don't have a stable foundation for a civilization, it can't function, and it never lives up to being any kind of society. Even when anarchists say that they are opposed to any kind of order in society, any kind of order in government, they are in turn founding a society in and of themselves based on rules relative to societies that already exist. Now, peace exists in all the religions. There's different ideas of peace in all the different religions. In Hinduism, peace is the desire, or rather lack of desire, to harm another or go after one's passions blindly and disregard everyone else, or to fear destruction. Peace can still be the opposite of destruction without inspiring fear within us. And in the Abrahamic traditions, peace is basically the Garden of Eden before it was corrupted, before man was corrupted. Peace in the Abrahamic traditions is connection with God by service to Him and obeying His laws. And that's a very well-founded cornerstone of the civilizations which follow the Abrahamic traditions. In Buddhism, peace is that which pervades, that which is beyond the illusions that we normally exist in. The lies that we tell ourselves of this somethingness, when in fact, behind everything there is nothingness. This one material beyond illusion, behind everything, is basically the canvas without any drawing or painting on it. But besides the religions, if we go to politics, peace is understood in every political ideal, but different ideas of peace, or different understandings pervade each political ideal. In capitalism, peace is a functioning mercantile and commercial industry, where there is competition, but the society grows through the competition, becomes better, more efficient, based on the drive to obtain money. And a lot of people don't put it that way, but it's what's at the root of capitalism. Just to move on to another political ideal, in communism, peace is the purest function of the state, of everyone playing their part, of everyone being a cog in this great machine and running smoothly. In various ideas of communism, there are different ideas of how one should play their part in the state. One should play their part as part of society, and to what degree they are allowed individualization, to what degree they are allowed spirituality. But in all forms of communism, it's all about being a part of the state and being a part of your ability to function for others. Now, let's move to another political ideal. Let's just go to the Republic. The Republic is about voting. It's about voting into the Senate, into the House, into these different large parts of the government, so that those representatives are representatives of the people, and they can then make the decisions that the people want, and that's the idea. A lot of the time they can be bribed, so that is actually bringing destruction into the peace of a republic. Now, I believe in true democracy, voting on the issues that we often elect officials to vote on for us. I believe that we should vote on health care, taxes. We should vote on new laws. We should vote on what is illegal and how we should address those who defy the law when it is illegal. But the thing that goes against the peace of democracy is mass propaganda. If anybody can get a piece of propaganda to spread to enough people and get them to believe it, then you can influence a democracy like that. All you have to do is influence enough people. That's what interferes with the peace of democracy. Now, if we go to a Taoist idea of peace, Taoism it's kind of become Taoism in a way, because a lot of the Taoist scriptures and ideas were destroyed by Chinese officials in the days of the empire and in the days of communism, so that there was no ideas that were counter to the state that weren't able to produce something for the state. Now, in Taoism, it's all about maintaining a balance within yourself, getting to that perfect chemical balance through physical exercises and intaking certain herbs and not eating certain things and eating other things, and constant meditation. Meditation on very specific things that allow you to open up gateways in the body. What interferes with that peace is the unwillingness to do the work to achieve this level of peace. And I've been jumping around a lot here, but I want to get my ideas about peace and how I understand things out there, and show how they really exist in every ideology. It's just really the discrepancies and the desire to oppose others, and others that are different, others that aren't nearby, or that are over there, that cause conflict between all these ideologies. And there is too much conflict. If we had a peaceful world where people just could understand more often, 25% more often, other people's views, tried to understand each other, the Palestinians and Israelites tried to understand each other's point of view and just decided to work together despite all the warfare in the past, they could both live with so much more peace in their lives and less fear and less desire for things that should be shared. Land. People have fought over land throughout human history, and no matter how great your weapons are, no matter how well your tactics are, and no matter how much better at military activities than you are than the enemy, you're always going to have a negative influence on your own society based on it being founded on war and military action, battles, killing innocent civilians. It always comes back to haunt you, and you don't have to believe in karma to believe in that. Just cause and effect. It always comes back to you in one way or another, and this hatred, the cycle of revenge and hatred, continues and continues and continues. What people of all political understandings and religions need to understand is that they cannot exist without the others. If you were to, let's just say we live in a perfect world for some of these people that want everybody else to be out of it, where all people are white, or all people are Christian, all people are Muslim, all people are respectful of the empire, respectful of capitalism. All people are converted completely in mentality to the way that any one of these more extreme people in any of these ideologies believes. Everybody converts to that. People will war over the smallest things. If you believe in if you believe in a slightly different version of capitalism, a slightly different version of communism, a slightly different version of Christianity, a slightly different version of Islam, Hinduism, Buddhism, it doesn't matter. If you believe in a slightly different version, there is going to be conflict. Because what it comes down to is that it's not about people wanting others to be saved or wanting the world to look better, then that's why they fight. People fight each other because they want to dominate. They might not even know it, but they want to dominate. They want their ideas to be reinforced in themselves and say, look how great my ideas are, I conquered everybody else, everybody believes like me. And just because everybody is one religion or one political ideal doesn't mean that'll change. People will fight over the smallest discrepancies. Slightly different ideas of taxes, slightly different ideas on Muhammad, slightly different ideas on Christ. If the entire world was any one of these, it would always come back to the tiniest things, because it's not about those issues when it comes down to it. All the fighting and conflict. It's truly about people being insecure, running away from the idea that they could be wrong, running away to the extent that they're willing to run at people and kill them and destroy them, or try to convert them aggressively, because deep down they are fleeing the idea that they could be wrong, because being wrong is scary. It means that you don't know where your center of gravity is. And if we get over that fear, if we get over the pain of confusion, that not knowing what is real, what is true, what the fabric of reality is composed of, if we can get over that and just accept that, okay, I'm going to believe this, but I don't have to be afraid of being wrong, and I don't have to convert people or get other people to believe like me. If we can get over that in whatever ways we can, in whatever methods we try, and just whatever works, if we can put aside our own obsessions with being right, then the world will be peaceful. And that's the thing that will save humanity, or it could be, if the polar opposite comes about, will destroy us. And that's really all I got to say about peace. It's going to be a long road, but I hope we get to the right place. Thank you.